The Great Glen Way is an 80-mile long-distance trail in Scotland. I hiked this trail solo with nothing but my tent and my bag in late September and into October of 2023. It runs coast to coast from Fort William to Inverness, following the Caledonian Canal and the major natural fault line of the Great Glen. The route offers mostly low-level walking, but still has its challenges of isolation and steep inclines throughout the hike. Whether lochside or up high, be prepared for dramatic views of expansive landscapes as the way runs along the complete lengths of Loch Lochy, Loch Oich and Loch Ness. I met some genuinely wonderful people on this hike, encountered many adorable animals, and trekked through woods, over hills and along lochs with incredible scenery. The weather was dynamic, to be expected as it's Scotland in autumn, and the Great Glen Way truly offers everything. Designated as one of Scotland's great trails and one of my personal favourite long-distance hikes, so I hope you enjoy this adventure. I caught the midnight train to Scotland, the Caledonian Sleeper. I didn't get a room with a bed as they would set you back by £300 to over £400, so instead I just paid for a seat, which can be between £59 to £79. At first it was quite strange as I boarded, as my allocated seat was next to a sleeping stranger who I had to wake up to sit next to, and the whole carriage was in darkness with the odd snore break in the dead silence. But what else would you expect from a sleeper train? I had to wait to Edinburgh as the train split into two for different routes. Once I reboarded, the carriage this time was almost empty, and I had my own single seat by the window. The sun would soon rise as we'd reach the Highlands, and I silently marvelled at the serene spectacle that was to watch the Highland sunrise from the comfort of a train. It was genuinely awesome as I sped through the mountains and Munros, ancient woodlands, and even a couple sections along the West Highland Way, which I recognised from when I hiked it in 2020. I ordered my breakfast, a black coffee with a vegetarian sausage and pickle roll. I ate my food and drank my warm coffee as I enjoyed the astounding Highland scenery. This section in particular I remember from the West Highland Way, where the path gently hugs the A82 for a short while. Despite being near a busy A road, I distinctly remember the feeling of being enveloped by Scotland's mountains as this section would lead me into the Bridge of Orchy. My video on the West Highland Way is up on my channel, just in case you haven't watched that one already.
I'm hushing the dog on the chain. I'm lining up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops for another refrain. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm buried beneath the sand. There's no way to speak myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm waking up early again, sitting alone and listening. There is no separation from you and the end. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself.
I arrived in Fort William and made my way to the start point of the trail. The Great Glen Way begins at the old fort which gives Fort William its name. It was originally built by General George Monk in 1645 guarding the mouth of the River Lochie. Much of the fort's remains were demolished to make way for the railway. This monument signifies the official starting point of the Great Glen Way. It contains interesting information regarding the route and about the natural fault line that this hike follows, the Great Glen Fault. Some of it reads, the earliest known movement of the Great Glen Fault occurred over 400 million years ago, when the land to the north moved southwestwards by several hundred kilometres to join the land to the south. Many movements on the fault have occurred since, and it's still active. There have been over 60 minor earthquakes along the glen in the last 200 years. Fortunately, most have been too faint to be noticed by local people. I walked on, leaving Fort William behind, through the neighbouring villages of Inverlochy and Lochside, with the River Lochie to my left, and impressive but almost ominous views of Ben Nevis to my right. It felt like a rare sight to see the tops of Ben Nevis not completely shrouded in cloud. Hello everyone, so as you would have gathered from the intro that I would have done, because I haven't spoken the whole time until now, I'm on the Great Glen Way. Just started about 20 minutes ago and weather's quite mild at the minute, but I've even though I planned this a month in advance, the other day I got a moderate yellow weather warning for wind and rain for tonight, so I'm a bit nervous. I definitely won't be camping by any locks if there's going to be heavy rainfall, so that's the idea. I'm going to be camping, wild camping, campsites, whatever. If I do need to seek out alternative accommodation, I definitely will. I think I'll judge and see how it gets around 3 o'clock, so it's just before 11 now. My train got in at 10:30 or just before that, and then it's into Morrison's for a few extra bits, and yeah, so I'm about 20-25 minutes in on the trail, and that is a rare sight. Ben Nevis with no cloud on the top, with no cloud cover, so you can actually see the top of Ben Nevis, which, yeah, like I said, that's quite rare, especially on a cloudy day like today, I suppose. I've seen a few locals just back there stood staring at it like dog walkers, and they're like, oh look at it, it's so clear. So that's quite funny.
I mean, there's a little cloud creeping over the top of it now. I wonder if anyone's up there. Most likely. I mean, you know, tallest mountain in the UK and all. It's quite popular. Anyway, I'll see how I do. And yeah, the train journey was amazing. The Caledonian Sleeper. I stopped off at Edinburgh because the train had to detach and then attach an extra engine because apparently it's quite uphill. The second half of the journey from Edinburgh, by far the best. Not only because I actually saw the views once the sun rose, but I had my own seat. I was kind of cramped next to a stranger on the way there, which is the case for trains really, isn't it? You can't be picky. Oh, what's that? Surging water, deep fast flowing water, hydroelectric. Yeah, so if I do end up camping tonight, it won't be on the shores of a loch for sure. Again, one of the locals, a dog walker, said to me when we were talking about the incoming storm, he said there are a few campers further down back that way that he saw, and he thought hopefully they're not camping overnight because he reckons it's going to flood. So anyway, I'm gonna stop my rambling now, continue walking. Now I've filled you guys in, even though, you know, future me would have done an intro and filled you guys in anyway. So let's just see what happens. And if I end up having to pay nearly 100 quid, because that's the cheapest one I found for accommodation tonight, or if I'm going to be camping while camping, so that'll be fun. So up the Soldiers Bridge is the way on the Great Glen Way, but I'm going to take a quick detour first to Inverloch Castle just to check that out, and I'll be back to the bridge in a minute. Turns out it's fenced off at the minute. I think there's some work that's being done, so at least I can see it though. Like I said, quick little detour. I literally went up to it, had a little look, walked by it, and back to the Great Glen Way over the Soldiers Bridge.
You are too mouthy. Good boys. Come on, activate. Good boys.
The Soldiers Bridge runs adjacent to a railway bridge. It was built in the 60s by the army as a gesture of goodwill to remove anyone's temptation to use the railway bridge as a shortcut, which is of course dangerous and illegal. So they built this bridge to allow pedestrians to cross safely. The first section of this trail is an hour or so of relatively suburban walking, but instead of feeling disheartened by the busy road crossings and urban areas cast against the backdrop of a dull grey sky, I told myself to look forward to the promise of the countryside, canal walking, woodland hiking, natural landscapes, lochside walking, and traversing through areas of bountiful nature, which was to come very soon.
I'm aware that I've made it harder for myself because the path's actually up there on paved ground, and I'm like kind of trudging through rocks and seaweed, but I like it. It smells nice, and I can smell the salt in the air and everything, and it's probably the seaweed though that I can smell. And the odd dead seagull I keep seeing. Oh my god, there's tons just scattered around. Dismembered seagulls. I love how colourful these rocks are. I'm just kind of transfixed on them at the minute. Try not to slip on all the seaweed. I'm just going to go up that ramp there and rejoin the actual path.
Along the route there were information boards as I learnt a lot of interesting facts about the area. Some of the information reads as follows. Ben Nevis is a part of a mighty Caledonian mountain range that stretches for more than 1,500 miles to the north in Norway and Greenland and continues as far south as the Appalachian Range in North America. Ben Nevis is composed mainly of granite, a red inner granite, a pale pink outer granite, and a darker relative of granite called diorite. Each granite represents a separate intrusion of molten magma, forming chambers beneath the Caledonian Mountains about 420 million years ago. The magma was injected into ancient folded metamorphic rocks of the Dalradian supergroup. These were originally sedimentary rocks deposited as sand and mud in a shallow sea over a long period from 750 to 480 million years ago. The summit of Ben Nevis is made of very different rocks, layers of black lava of a variety called andesite. The great 200-metre north face of Ben Nevis is largely built up of these lavas. They flowed from a volcano either above or near the present mountain.
Here's the Caledonian Canal, and now I'll be going that way, heading along, the correct direction to Inverness, because pretty much that way I've been going along the shoreline, up and around, down and around, and that way is northbound, so it feels right to be heading in that direction now finally. So yeah, exciting. Thought I'd say that along this entire route I'll be keeping track of my miles and letting you guys know mile points, and just so it helps you guys plan, because I know that helps me plan, and I know there's kind of a lack of that online in terms of how in detail and in depth every kind of point marker is. So you join me if you're following the traditional Great Glen Way that goes along the shoreline and all that. So as you reach the Caledonian Canal for the first time, it's just under 3.5 miles in. So I'm about 3.5 miles in now, because I've been walking along it for a few minutes. But yeah, just so you guys know. I was just thinking to myself then, but not wanting to jinx it, it's very calm at the minute, considering there's meant to be a storm coming. And I've just checked the weather, so that's my location, and then that's the storm, so it's going to be moving its way up. So yeah, it's definitely going to get heavy. I think I've really got to consider getting some sort of accommodation. So just over 4 miles in, and I'm coming up to Neptune's staircase there, which I'll show you when I get closer. It's a very popular, famous point on the trail because of how many locks it's got. It's got a lot. So I'll show you when I'm a bit closer. It looks pretty cool, pretty intimidating actually. Am I allowed to cross?
Neptune's Mirror is a small mirrored cabin installed next to Neptune's staircase. This mirrored pavilion reflects the surrounding views and greenery, installed in 2014 and commissioned by the Scottish Government. Neptune's staircase is a marvel, an impressive feat of engineering built by Thomas Telford between 1803 and 1822. It comprises of 8 locks on the Caledonian Canal and is the longest staircase lock in Britain. It takes boats and vessels around 90 minutes to pass through Neptune's staircase, as the water between each lock either lifts or lowers the boat by 20 metres in order to climb up or down the canal relative to its elevation. I was lucky enough to see this in action, as upon approach I managed to observe the Lord of the Highlands, which is a boutique cruise ship, part of the Hebridean Island Cruises fleet, climb down Neptune's staircase.
Does he smell bad, or is he alright yet?
I rested for a few minutes as I watched, which was my first break in over 4 miles. I felt lucky to witness the passage of this esteemed ship on this renowned and revered staircase lock.
Okay, so as I do tend to daydream and not pay attention, I should be on that side of the canal where there's an actual path, but instead I found myself on this, and the bridge to cross over is a mile back, and I've just passed a person who said there are a couple aqueducts before Gairlocky, just like bridges under the canal. He said to take them, if not, there is a path like this, but he said it's not a very good one, it's wet and muddy. So keeping my eye out for the aqueducts. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm not camping tonight. I've spoken to a few people along the route and they've all mentioned the weather and said how bad it's going to be, and they said even though it's very calm now, they said later tonight it's going to be a downpour, and you know, everyone's been warned. And I'm just like, right, I've got to book a place. This isn't even me making an excuse, I promise. I really did want to camp, but it's not a wise decision, I don't think. Yeah, I've camped in storms before. I've camped in heavy rain, really heavy rain, and like, you know, gale force winds, as you know from a Calf Crag video. So I don't know, I don't want to risk it my first night. I don't want to get everything wet and then have a soaking wet kit for the rest of the walk. So I had two options really. There was one at Speen Bridge for £95. That's a hotel room including continental breakfast. £95 is steep. I'm on a budget. And the second option is a hostel in a shared dorm. They had one bed left, so it was going to be full. I wouldn't just have it to myself, which, you know, it's fine. I've done it before. It's a hostel for, I think that was £34 or something like that, so you know, £60 cheaper. However, it was near Invergary, and basically from where I am it's another 16 miles, and it's already 1 o'clock, so bear that in mind. Sunset's at 7. We've got 6 hours of daylight. Yeah, I know, night hiking, all that stuff, but it's going to be torrential by then, and I don't really want to be out that long. It's going to be torrential and windy, apparently. It better be at this point. So I've ended up booking the expensive one at Speen Bridge. The lady was lovely on the phone. I thought I'd call instead of booking it online, just in case it's a cheaper room, and she knocked a £5 off for me. She said I can do it for 90, and I was like, okay, thank you. You know, it's a £5, but it's a £5, you know what I mean? So I took it, and I was like, yep, I'll take it, pay when I get there. And yeah, so I think Speen Bridge is just under 10 miles away. I think it's 9 from here, 8 or 9. So it's literally half the distance than the other one. So I had to weigh up my options. Do I pay £60 more for you know, to get there during daylight, during probably not the worst stop? I mean, I don't know when it's meant to start. I think it said 3, but it could change, and it's currently 1. So I think I'll probably get there around 4 or 5 depending. So I'd say about just over 3 hours. I think that's what it'll usually take me, considering it's a level walk-in. It's not really very difficult walking, so I can make some tracks in pretty good time. So yeah, basically that's all I needed to tell you, and I turned it into a 4-minute story. I've booked that hotel. It's the Highland Bridge Hotel in Speembridge, and it looks really lovely, to be honest, and I'm really, really looking forward to it, even though I have to pay £90. And it's not just been payday, so I'm a little bit, you know, I've put money aside for this walk, for things like this, but oh my god, I just smelled it. I don't know, it doesn't smell of anything. I like it though. Yeah, see what I mean? This is why I miss paths and stuff. I need to focus and stop getting distracted by literally everything. And I do it when I talk as well, like now. I gotta wind myself up. I'm sorry. Sorry if you don't like my rambling. If you do, let me know. It'll make me feel so much better. I'll get to Speembridge tonight and then see what the weather's doing tomorrow. I think tonight's meant to be the worst night for the storm. I think after tomorrow midday it's meant to pass. I know I said I'd stop talking, but I just wanted to say, look at the autumn colours coming through. I am absolutely elated. I am overwhelmed with just comfort and happiness right now. I love autumn colours. I love it when the leaves turn. I'm sure many people do. It's just so, it's like, I don't know, it feels like home when I see them change. It's similar to spring when I see all the flowers bloom, and that's why those two are my favourite seasons, because, you know, spring you've got the green and the colours coming out of the dead winter, and then in autumn you've got the lovely, lovely warm colours. All my favourite colours as well, like deep greens and yellow ochre and burnt sienna, bright oranges, deep reds. All my favourite colours are like autumn colours. So yeah, and just thought I'd say, so I'm about, how many miles am I now? So I'm just under 6. I'll show you. So I've been walking for that long and I've done just under 6 miles, so 5.8, 5.9 miles, and yeah, that's my Strava. If you guys want to follow me, I'll link it in the description. Oh my god, 1 second, I need to navigate this. Oh, this is cool. I like this area. It's very oh god. I need to concentrate on this. It's very, I don't know, magical, nice. So, oh, there's some people up there. I wonder what they're doing. I hope they can't hear me. I get really shy when I'm overheard speaking on camera. If my voice sounds a bit funny and deeper and a bit more drony than usual, I do apologise. I've got a really, really sore throat at the minute. I came down with it about 2 days ago, and I was like, not right before my walk, please. So it's just really sore, and you know when you've got a sore throat and you have to kind of really control how you speak and you can't change your pitch too much, so I have to be a little bit more monotone. I'm sorry, I hate how it sounds. Oh god, that's what I mean, I can't even like swallow. Anyway, yeah, my Strava's linked, my Facebook if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, and also if you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link for that as well. I don't want to plug too many things. I know how annoying that is. I'm sorry, and I'm not asking for money. I'm just saying if you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee, or my Etsy page, which I need to get back onto because I've not really done anything to that in nearly a year, to be honest. So yeah, that's all. My god, look at that stone thing down there. That's so sweet. If it was like really dry here, that would be such a cute camping spot. But obviously, you know, probably midges as well. Look at these twigs with reindeer moss and lichen on them. I love that. I've been actually collecting bits of reindeer moss as I pass some in my pocket. It's getting pretty full of reindeer moss, and I've seen some conkers about, and I'm really trying to refrain from foraging too many little things. Oh my god, it's Speaking of like magical places, look at that. You've got this tree and that tree and oh my god. Oh, to be a fish or a frog or something living happily there, because I think as a human it would be a pretty filthy, pretty stagnant, but it's so cute. I've kind of liked the solitude on the side of the path. I did pass one other person and that's it. The person who told me about the aqueducts, which I haven't come across. I hope I've not missed them. Oh god. Trudging through mud, getting there all muddy to this nice hotel. I don't think it's a fancy hotel, it's just it looks cozy, really cozy in the pictures. Yeah, I'm not antisocial at all, but it's nice to have the route mostly to yourself. There's been a lot of traffic on that side. I've just come off the path a bit, very naturey. I don't know why I'm telling you guys. I guess I don't know, like you enough. I'm talking to the camera, no, I'm talking to you guys, like it's fine, Little naturey, this lovely little enchanted area, hoping that no one walks by. I don't think I mentioned when I got off the train at Edinburgh at 4 this morning, and with a few other people did, only about 4 other people did, to change carriages for Fort William, but you know, that's just the seated people. If you sleep in there, then they don't disturb you, they attach it to that one. And I met a German woman who was doing the Great Glen Way as well. She was an older woman, and yeah, she'd flown over from Germany and she'd done the West Highland Way last year, and she wanted to do the Great Glen Way this year, so she had a backpack about as big as mine. And she said today she's not really starting much of the walk, she's just getting in, and she's camping at the Glen Nevis campsite, which is where I camped on my very last day on the West Highland Way. And I'm assuming she probably did as well when she did it, and it's nice knowing that there's someone. I mean, she's going to be, when she starts tomorrow, about a good 15 miles behind me, I think, something like that, 16, maybe 17. But it's nice to know that there's another solo woman hiking the trail who's not that far behind me. I say not that far, you know, not, you know, most of a day's walk behind me, but still, she might catch up, you know. God, that'd put me in my place if she did. Oh, I wonder if, should I check this out? Because it might be an aqueduct, although I doubt it now. I don't think it is. Nice though. You can hear a road nearby up there, I think. It's a bit further up, I hope. Okay, this to me looks like it goes under, so I'm gonna check it out and hopefully it goes under. I don't know why it wouldn't. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. I mean, I'm gonna have to do it, but oh shit. Right, I've got my hand on my knife just in case. Oh my god. This is actually okay, I need to take a picture actually. Walking slow because there's a bit of water actually. I can cross over. It's so scary to turn around. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that wasn't very calming. That was quite tense actually. But at least now this little road should lead me back to the path and I'll be on the correct side. So not only that, you know, hopefully the path, because it's the main path, won't be treacherous, as the guy said. That's where I just was, by that gate. Interesting ditch there. Just kind of saw it off the trail and wanted to have a peek. I've just passed a really lovely woman walking a dog, and I was like, oh, where have you come from today? I tend to ask people that just so I can gauge timings, and then I say like, how long would you say that is? And she's come from Moy Bridge, and actually she didn't say how long ago that was, so I have no idea. And I said, well, I'm going to Speen Bridge. She's like, oh, that's quite a bit further. What a cute little house. A nice little tree in the garden, and the canal right here. How amazing is that? What a sweet place to live. I think I'm about halfway on my day at this point, roughly. So I've done 7.5 miles, and maps say I'm about 6.5 to 7 miles from the Highland Bridge Hotel in Speen Bridge. So I've not actually stopped for a break in the whole 3.5 hours I've been walking, and I've not taken my bag off or anything. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a snack, because I really need a snack at this point. By the way, yeah, the wind has been picking up quite a bit, and probably got something to do with it being more open up there, but you know, I think I think that's a scary storm coming. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna find a nice comfy patch to sit on, not gravel, and yeah, have something to eat because I am very hungry at the minute. And the rain's just caught up with me. It's not too heavy at the minute, but you know, I think it will pick up for sure. So I've changed into my waterproof, used a cute little stump back there to pop my bag on while I get my coat on. It's not too bad though, like coldness wise or anything like that. And I imagine I'll probably be walking in it for a couple hours. But like I said, I'm glad I've got somewhere to stay tonight, especially if it gets worse than this. But like I said, this isn't too bad. But I know I've just jinxed it, so we'll see how it goes. This is like the really nice rain, the moody rain, the, you know, this is autumn rain. I do like it, and I'm not just saying that because it's raining, because the weather's turning. Maybe I am trying to like put a positive spin on this, but wow, just look at it. Like I fully mean it. I'm not even kidding. Like, listen to it as well. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so nice. It's nice and gentle for now. Oh, lovely blaze of yellow in the trees there. This is what I mean. I'm so happy. Wow, look at Ben Nevis now, you can't even see it. I hope no one's up there. That looks pretty heavy. Rain is getting heavier, but like I said, it's not that I can't camp in the rain. I have camped in the rain before. I don't know why I feel the need to reiterate this. I just don't want there to be any people being like, oh, grow up, camp in the rain. Like, I can, it's nice, I do enjoy it. It's just, if it's rain like this, then yeah, I'm happy with it because it's lovely. The sound of it on the tent, atmosphere, like I've said. But I think it is going to get worse, and windy as well. I think wind combined with rain, that's not... Did I actually see a frog? No, I think it was a leaf falling. These like bright orange and red ones there. They're amazing. Oh, that's what I mean. I love it so much. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Like, this is my happy place. I've got loads, but you know, that's the point. You can have loads of happy places, and just anywhere in the Scottish Highlands for me is, you know what, I think this is, have I been this far north before in the UK? Oh, never, I guess. I don't know. I'm just asking myself a question. I don't know if I've been, not to my memory. I'm not sure if I have as a child. Have I? I'm sure when I finished the West Highland Way, Fort William was the furthest north I'd been in the UK. So yeah, this is good to know. Just realised. Oh my god, look at this, how sweet. Apples! Oh, you know, crab apples, so don't eat these guys, they'll make you really ill. But how cute are they? Little crab apples on the floor. That's so sweet. There's just something so... I'm trying to think of words I've not used before, because I'm just going to keep repeating myself. I'm going to kick this one a bit further in. There you go. They look like tennis balls from over here. I actually thought that was one. Just past, just before I reached that abandoned house, I passed a popular wild camping spot. I think it's a trailblazer one, Moy Bridge. And I met up with a dog walker. We crossed paths, this woman, she was really lovely, and she said she walked here and back, and that was about maybe an hour and a half ago. So that checks out. Oh yeah, this is two popular trailblazer sites. What's this? If it wasn't stormy, I'd definitely consider this. Oh, of course. This is one that I actually had in mind myself before I got all those weather warnings from the Met Office and people I'd met. So given how heavy the bursts of rain have been, not currently but they have been, and I'm drenched even though I've got my waterproofs on, mainly my hair, and it's been wet in my face, I've definitely made the right decision. Because you could say, well, why don't you camp in a forest, you know, you get some rain cover, but then it's like there's gonna be really strong winds as well. Yeah, wind cover, but also you don't want a tree toppling over where you're camping, so avoid that where possible, especially in old forests like the ones around here. So I suppose sometimes you just gotta brave it, sometimes you just gotta risk it, and sometimes you gotta say, I'm gonna be sensible and go for the comfortable option. Oh, hello. okay? Hey, little one. Hello. Oh, you look so sweet as well. Hey. So this is Gairlochie, and again this is another area where I had in mind to wall camp, because I think there is a trailblazer site just either up there or down there, I don't remember. I think it's up there, it looks more open. But yeah, Speen Bridge, 3.5 miles this way, so it's good to know that I'm doing more miles than I expected, even though I suppose the miles off route. Oh, cute dog. That's a lovely house. Oh my god. Look at these graves. I'm going to be coming back this way tomorrow anyway, I think, so I'll check them out. I'm going to pass them because my feet hurt. And I'm just 3 miles away, so not too far now. Wow. They look awesome. I just get a really good feeling from this place. It's just, I don't know, it's so open, but there's still stuff going on. It's not just dead, even though there's just houses and a canal and a river, but I don't know, it just feels good, feels nice here. And down there where the little break in the mountains there and the hills is, you can't see it, but you can see where it is, is Loch Lochy, so the loch I'll be walking along tomorrow. So Speen Bridge down there, I'm staying on, I think, just the outskirts of it in this hotel. So I'll be walking all the way back up here tomorrow, doing the extra 3 miles, and yeah, going along Loch Lochy tomorrow. Super excited. I love a good lochside walk. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hey, you think I give you a stroke? Yeah. You're so lovely. I've got no food for you though, I'm afraid. Oh my goodness. Hi. Yeah. Oh, you're so cute, both of you. Oh. Very disheartening when a bus passes you and you're like, oh, I could have got a bus up here, because I feel like that's allowed if you're diverting from this trail. So uphill, the first actual incline that I've been on today, and yeah, still about 2.5 miles away. My legs are killing. Yeah, my feet and my legs are starting to ache. Always happens after the 12-mile mark on the first day of a long distance hike, and yeah, I'm still about 2.5 miles away. Hello. So cute. Oh my god. Right, okay, so first of all, that noise, I'm just running a bath. And absolutely amazing. So I was walking towards Bridge and I had like another mile of uphill to go, and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I was trudging along in the rain, and it started absolutely chipping it down at this point. So I was caught in a pretty much a whiteout, and then this old woman drives by in this yellow car and was like, "Would you like a lift?" And I was like, "Only if that's okay, if it's on your way." So she gave me a lift, and she was so lovely. She's called Helen, and she said she used to run like a B&B a bit further down out of Bridge, the way I was coming from. And she said that her grandchildren gave her grief for showing off and still doing it at 80 years old. She was in her 80s, and she'd just come back from dropping off this elderly, I think she said, this woman who was in her 90s at a medical appointment, because she does that with her spare time now. Like, she gives lifts to people who aren't able to take themselves places due to like age or disability, and I just think that's amazing. So she was so kind, and she dropped me off here on the last mile of torrential downpour. It was so sweet, and we had a really good chat. So she dropped me off here. Obviously I've checked in, as you can see. Oh my god, the room, the manager's so lovely, by the way. She said she's gonna make me food. She's gonna make me a vegetable pasta, and she does dessert as well if I'm interested. And oh my god, so the room's got this gorgeous like forest view, tree view. I'm sorry, I should have shut that door, the bath's a bit loud, but I'm going to show you anyway. Yeah, so as you can see, double bed, which is obviously, it's going to be nice and spacious for myself. TV, I've got an ensuite with a bath. She said it's the only room with a bath in the place, which is nice. So I'm just doing that. She said food's at 7, it's 5:30 now, so I've got time for a bath. And yes, but it's really lovely, really nice, definitely worth it. I'm so glad I came here, honestly. So I'm gonna have a bath and then get some food.